It's been a while since I've done a Fast Friday, but today's the day for one, so let's do this. Hi everyone, welcome to Pal2Tech. A few weeks ago, I made a video called My Message to Fujifilm, in which I tried to articulate my thoughts based on a lot of your feedback as to what Fujifilm photographers need and want in the coming year. So I'd like to offer now 4 predictions as to what I think will happen in 2022 for Fujifilm, specifically what cameras and lenses will be released. I am basing my predictions purely on speculation, my back and forth interactions with Fujifilm users all over YouTube, articles I've read on Fuji Rumors and elsewhere, and past history of Fujifilm's camera release activity. Above all else, this is meant to just be done for fun, and I am not taking any of this stuff too seriously. Life is too short. First, a disclaimer. I've not been in touch with Fujifilm at all. These predictions are mine, okay? So, if and when I'm wrong, please hunt me down in the comments a year from now and let me know. But if I'm right, I want to hear a, nice done, Pal2Tech, written down below, okay? The first and most obvious to me, a release of 2 separate XH2 cameras. I'm going to predict that they will be released in February of 2022, and both separate XH2 cameras will be launched on the same day. I believe that one of these XH2 cameras will be a 26 megapixel version using the current X-Trans 4 sensor, but it will have a new and faster processor which will give a significant improvement in autofocus. Now the second XH2 will be a higher end model and it will have at least 40 megapixels. I don't think that with this camera Fujifilm will include a Bayer sensor. However, I do think they will include a stacked backside illuminated X-Trans sensor, and I think this model will include 8K at 30 frames a second and 4K at 120 frames per second. I believe it will also support RAW video. Both cameras will have IBIS and digital stabilization, and both cameras will be ergonomically similar. I also predict that both cameras will have fully articulating screens, and I'm going to go out on a limb for a bit, but I think that the higher end XH2 will have a full-sized HDMI port just like Sony has. Now my second main prediction concerns a very unique camera that I don't think enough people realize how cool it really is. I'm talking about the Instax Mini Evo, a fully digital camera that also prints photos. Ever since Fujifilm announced this camera, I have been keeping my eye on it, and I definitely want to review and add it as a permanent part of this channel's education lineup. It's a 4.9 megapixel camera that features a 28mm fixed f2 lens and has just enough digital features and smartphone connectivity to belong in the digital world, but you print right from the camera retro style with all kinds of lens and film effects. It has top dials, a little selfie mirror, an LCD screen, and is one of the coolest cameras I've ever seen. And if you're out and about and you want to quickly give someone a copy of your photo, just pull the lever to start printing. So I predict that Fujifilm will have a massive hit on their hands when this camera is released on February 1st. I think that being able to share with somebody at a party or at an event in real life an actual print with everything that's going on in the world right now, the pendulum is going to start to swing back in the other direction for a bit. I think people have had enough of digital online only interaction and all that metaverse nonsense. Tangible, printable, real world, real life, and easy to share memories. I think this camera is going to be big. At least I hope so. And third, in the lens department, I think we can expect to see a Fujifilm X-mount 150 to 600 millimeter zoom lens with, I'd say, a variable aperture of f5 to f6.3. I think this lens will be released at the same time they launch the XH2 cameras. One thing I can predict with absolute certainty, it won't be cheap. And finally, my fourth prediction, an X-T5. Now this one I'm a little bit less sure about and not as optimistic, but Here goes. I think that in the second half of 2022, we are going to see an X-T5 released. It will be 26 megapixels and include the current X-Trans 4 sensor. And just like the X-H2, it will have a faster processor, giving better autofocus and better face-eye auto detect. Ergonomically, it'll be almost identical to the X-T4, but it will return to having a tilting rear LCD-style screen that was on the X-T3. I think it will have a slightly deeper hand grip than the X-T4 currently has, but it will use the exact same battery. It will have IBIS and digital image stabilization and the ability to shoot 4K at 120 frames per second. I think the X-T5 will be marketed as a stills first camera, but with the ability to get video work done. However, if you're needing or wanting more seriously a video-centric camera and the ergonomics to go with that, I think the X-H2 lineup is where that's going to be headed. At the end of the day, I don't know any more about what's going to happen than you do. I just find speculating about this kind of thing kind of fun, and I'm not taking any of this too seriously. So what about you? What do you think is in store for Fujifilm for 2022? Put your comments down below and I will leave them there so that we can all return to this video at the end of next year and see how either right or wrong we were. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I'm going to be signing off now. Have a wonderful and safe holiday. I will see all of you in a new video next week. Take care.